I would, for me, it'd be a Minotaur to dominate Delta. I don't think I will see one at all, or Elbing. I'd be surprised if anyone brings an Elbing.
An L monk.
How about yourself?
Wooster. Okay,
All right.
so we've definitely got some interesting stuff going on here. So for the side of, and I have MIBRA, right? You wanted fire for effect?
Yes, please.
Okay, so 3DD setup, you're getting a Shima, Gearing, and Daring, so spreading out the love across the different nations for DDs, along with Des Moines, Salem, Moskva, Venezia, and then a Shikishima and a Montana.
Alrighty, for fire for effect, we have DTN Cool in the Yamato. I don't want a really long name in the Kremlin. MTN in a Des Moines. Glamour Boy. They got double Venezias, a Moskva, Marceau, a Vampire, and a Yu Yang. Now, I would not have expected a Yu Yang, but the Vampire, we saw a few Vampires yesterday, and they were really, really good. We saw some good plays from them.
You know what I'm not surprised I haven't seen yet? I thought somebody would have brought a Ragnar by now. I know you don't have the Torps, but that thing is just disgusting. So I'm surprised we haven't seen one.
We saw a few yesterday, and they were extremely well played, especially in pushes because you get that extra radar, and you get the guns and the way you can bounce or ricochet other DD shells at times. It was a strong bow.
Yeah, so we'll have to keep an eye out. So it looks like for MIBRA, they're sending actually 2 of their DDs to D, along with the Des Moines of Aurora Ragnvald, to watch that outside line.
Alrighty.
But then they're sending a Shimakaze, a Salem over towards C/A area. Not sure where it's going to be yet. And then the Moskva looks like it's going to G. So it looks like we're going to see a heavy D setup here coming out from MIBRA.
Fire for effect. We've got MTN in his Des Moines going down the 10 line. The Vampire is contesting Delta. They're sending the Yu Yang to Charlie, so radar there. Marceau is going for the home cap. Cruisers, it looks like they're doing a bit of a 10 line push. We've got a Moskva slowly getting there. Kremlin going deep. So it looks like they're going to do a 10 line push and try and force their nose north and into Delta. The rest of the cruisers and BBs are heading to their home cap. So splitting between B side and Delta and leaving the middle rather thin.
And I think the interesting thing we're seeing here is, so for the side of fire for effect, that Marceau is taking advantage of that speed boost, and he's going to be into B significantly faster than any ship of MIBRA is going to get into A. And the issue there is going to be that with the fact that it's 300 points, because normally Hotspot, when you see Hotspot with the 4 cap setup, it starts with the 200 points, not the 300 points in randoms. But with 300 points, once that cap's being taken, that's a ticking that you can't stop unless you overwhelm them. So you want to be having the timing on that as similar as possible, so it's basically nullifying either team's advantage.
Vampire and Daring, it just look like they're going to have a sit-off fest at Delta. Looks like a very similar deployment. We've got a gearing down the 10 line. Des Moines covering at both sides. The Moskva, Montana, contesting from the north from MIBRA. So definitely more ships. 5 ships for MIBRA, 4 for fire for effect. Yu Yang is going to take Charlie completely uncontested. He is starting his reverse in. He's just got torps to dodge, but there's no vessels. So he'll be interesting where he flexes to after he secures his cap.
And I think the other thing is, so let's talk about that points lead. So D is being contested, but B is not. And we've already built up what's going to be, it's going to look to become about a 30-point lead via B. Maybe a little less because it is the 4 points every 9 seconds, but it's still going to be a 24-point lead, 20 to 24-point lead from B there because of the Marceau getting in there, plus the fact that they're getting C because there's nothing to prevent fire for effect from getting C.
Yeah, fire for effect look like they're setting up for a kite from their home cap. The Venezia and double Venezias are reversing in, so that is interesting. Fire for effect did take a Delta, but Markin took some damage, so I presume the Des Moines radar was up and he was in the open. MTN's going to be a torp target here, and he dodges a torp from Liam Lamb's gearing out on the 10 line.
And we're going to have to see what happens here because the points, I mean, for right now, there's nothing that's stopping CCAP or anything even close to being able to stop CCAP, which means that we're seeing Fire for Effect just building up a lead fairly quickly with that. Now, I'm interested to see where are they sending the Salem and Venezia for MIBRA. It looks like they've kind of got them just positioned there behind Island, but I'm not sure why, like where you're looking to shoot there. Guess the Salem's going to back up and try to have shots over there onto the Venezia.
Yeah, he's correct. They're firing it just for kicks. They got a good solid hit in because the two Venezias are actually a little bit broadside, so here comes more AP in, but that's going to miss.
Yeah, it's going to miss because he's going to smoke up. I do question this placement of Venezia Salem. I mean, I guess you're waiting to see if they're going to push on to B, but once again, if you're Fire for Effect, you have no reason to push from B to A. You're sitting on B cap, taking that up. You have D and C cap, and all you have to do is force one out. Though there goes the Yu Yang starting to get smacked as he gets spotted.
Yep. He gets spotted. The Shimikaze is radared from Rugal, and he is taking big damage. Good focus fire from Fire for Effect. They drive the Shimikaze off and they make him use up a smoke. The Venezias, if they still connect here, will hurt.
Oh, that was close. I would be taking a bit of a gasp and tensing as I watch those shots come in if I was Rugal. But once again, this leads to my point. You've got no way to really contest C right now because your Shimikaze is down to less than a third of his health. And so they're gaining 4 more points every 9 seconds, which is coming out to about another 20, 30 points a minute.
Yeah, have a look at Delta. They are pushing the Des Moines and the Darings onto Markin's Vampire. He is hydroed. He knows. He doesn't know. He assumes it's the Daring, but the Des Moines, they're going to envelop him. And there is no one from Fire for Effect that can remove this.
And this is going to be an unpleasant surprise here in a split second.
So Vampires is going to have to talk, but he's going to get smashed.
At this point, his best play is to charge Torp the Des Moines at close range and hope that he's able to win the fight because he's not getting out of here alive. So that's his best play, though. I don't even know if he gets Torps off.
Yeah, he gets Torps off. He's got the single and he's dead. He got all 4 off. 5, sorry.
He's going to hit 3, so he did good damage to Des Moines, but not enough.
No, and down the 10 line, the gearing is smoking up the Moskva, so MTM's going to take a torp here, and he has to back off.
Now, watch the Marceau, by the way, of F4E. Look at the Marceau of him. I'm not sure where he's going, if he's going to try to execute a push across the 2 line. It looks like he's turning back in, because I thought he might be executing a push down the 2 line to get spotting. But this is going to balance it out game-wise, so we'll have to see what happens here. Yeah, MTN did just get smacked, as you said.
Yeah, and Just for Kicks is continuing to take a bit of focus fire from the Shiki, Salem, and Venezia. It looks like Fire for Effect are rotating Venezia back down to the 10 line. They have conceded the cap, and the Kremlin eats some Daring
4
torps
torps,
as well.
and that hurts. So we'll have to see what happens here. Yu Yang radaring, they know where the Shima is. Do they have the shots on the Shima to hit him? Because if they can hit the Shima and deny him the cap and maybe even finish him off, that'll open up a lot of room for Fire for Effect to work. But it looks like we're starting to see MIBRA move everyone away from the AB cap and start to push down to hold the CD.
Yeah, the Shimmer's getting this cap. He got it for free. He's only smoked up now that the radar's gone down. I would have liked to have seen the Marceau move up to hit his Oh, we have an MTM is down.
So, I will have to say, I mean, I was calling out MIBRA for putting themselves in an awkward position, but that Des Moines daring push through D that was not spot has completely changed the game. You're seeing those Venezian Salems, I was saying, why are we holding them there? Pushing into C, and now they're going to be able to get up and support the Shimikaze, especially because the Yu Yang can't torp the Shimikaze out. His only hopes that he gets torps on the Venezia or the Salem, and this has put MIBRA into a much stronger spot. They're up 2 ships. They hold 3 caps, though. Make that 1 ship now as the Des Moines goes down to Kremlin. Absolute annihilation.
And greetings to everyone from the world of warships host. You can come, if you want your Twitch drops, come to my Twitch channel, Gryfer or Mini Hannibals as well. You can get your Twitch drops from our channels. As you can see here, MIBRA have done a fantastic counter push to secure Charlie on Delta on Hotspot versus Fire for Effect.
I do like... Oh, and the Moskva of MIBRA, Mosca, just got smashed. He's at 11k because the Kremlin, I don't want a large Farva, put a beautiful set of shots on him. So I do like the adjustment we're seeing here from Fire for Effect, though, as we look at it. They're leaving the Moskva out there on the 9-10 line to harass, prevent those ships, and try to keep the Montana out there, while we're seeing the Marceau and Venezia execute a hard push in towards A. And if the Salem doesn't radar, the Marceau's going to spot him and be able to drive by him with torps.
Yeah, I don't know what Fire for Effect can do here. The Just for Kicks ate another torp as he transitioned to support the Marceau. Yu Yang looks like he's going to try and touch the cap, but focus fire here is on the Fire for Effect's Kremlin, and I think he's going to go down. Everything looks like they're going to focus the Moskva or the Kremlin here. He's not going to be up for long. Maybe last salvo out.
Not the greatest dispersion. Actually, that last gun's dispersion looks tighter than I thought. Oh, and that Salem's gone at this point. He's going to have the heal, but that's a lot of damage, and I believe that was at least a Citadel. And now the Marceau's in a position where the Salem doesn't have the guns in the right spot to shoot him. And they're just going to open up everybody onto him, even as the Kremlin does go down. So that's a phenomenal last salvo as you're going down to get that.
Yeah, Fire for Effect. Their boat's down. They're a boat down. Hit points. What they've still got on the board, other than Just for Kicks of Venezia, who's taken damage, is fairly healthy. So if they can actually finish off some of these low boats, they can make a different play.
Oh. And there goes Rugal. He's down as he was trying to go in. Fire for Effect snagged Rugal. They're still down 140 points in a boat. But as I said, that Salem's got himself beached. He's trying to back up and shoot the Marceau. But Marceau is just going to lace HE onto him, try to set fires, try to prevent the super heal from getting him anything more when he has another one up. And I don't think that Salem's long for that world of Kun's 1995.
No, they're trying to bring a Venezia to the north to counter him. The Shikishima's firing HE shells now onto a video cruiser, but he misses. If the Salem goes down here, this could be back to a fairly even battle, as long as Fire for Effect don't lose their Moskva down on the 10 line, who is facing 3 vessels.
But that's, like I said, that's the brilliant. He's just sitting down there, and he does hit the gearing now down to 3,700. He's holding 3 ships hostage right now, completely away from all the caps they need to get. The only ship they can get into sea from MIBRA right now is the Daring of Alicante, and the Yu Yang's going to radar him if he gets closer, and there's a Venezia just waiting to drop 10k on him with a salvo.
MIBRA's Salem's lasted longer than I thought. I thought the Marceau would have finished him by now. And the Salem's actually got a heal. So he is actually surviving a lot longer than probably anyone expected.
Yep.
Must be right.
Unfortunately, that super heal only gets up to 17k. And there's the Yu Yang Daring in the knife fight. We'll have to watch and see what happens. Those are very closely launched torps from the Daring there. Looks like they're going to miss the Yu Yang. But Daring has now been spotted and is going to have to disengage.
Definitely, but as long as he Mark Reckless, hopefully he doesn't turn into these torps. He is, he's turning into these torps. Will he dodge?
He looks like he's going to take maybe 1. He's trying to wiggle and dodge. He's going to take 1.
Not 1,
but he
right
survives.
on the booty.
And Salem of Kun's is finally going down. 1,300 health and dropping. Just 1 more shot from the Marceau. There he goes. Everybody's shooting at him, and it's actually the Yamato that's going to take it out. But Fire for Effect is now up by 100 points and 3 caps to 1.
They are, and we have the Venezia supporting the Moskva here in Glamour Boys, shooting at the enemy Moskva on the 10 line, who's fairly low. If they can get a trade in effect, Moskva for Moskva on the 10 line, you'll take that as a win. Looks like MIBRA are contesting Charlie again, though.
Now, the Venezia of El Mora has come around on A, but the problem is he's got twice the health of the enemy Venezia. The Marceau of Video Cruiser can just open up at any point once the Venezia fires and get a good 5-10 salvos off before the Venezia is able to fire sap at him again.
The Shikishima is low from MIBRA. He's got some deep waters coming in on him. Oh, the Yamato of DTM Cool survives the Shiki salvo.
And I have to say, even if he goes down, Griminatron looks like he's about to go down finally. The amount of time he held those ships over there and the damage he got onto the Gearing, the Moskva, and the Montana has been so valuable for them. Even if he's lost, he's wasted so much time where those ships have not been able to adjust over. That is a victory.
Goes. He's down now. But MIBRA take the lead with that kill. We're watching the deep waters that are nose into the Shiki. He will take. Will he dodge? No, he takes one. He's low, 16k.
Yeah. And there comes the shots from the Yamato trying to finish him, and you gotta think the Venezia is gonna open up once he gets around that island as well, try to get him down. 15k. Looking for Venezia shells as soon as he's around. He's trying to make sure he doesn't fire before, well, the Montana can see him, I suspect. But we'll see. I mean, both teams holding 2 caps each, so the points lead is sitting tight at 32. 50,000 more health for MIBRA. This has been such a back-and-forth game.
It is, but Mark Reckless has been lit by the Daring, and that hit point difference now from that Torp makes it. And we've got all the Torps coming in on DTM.
But the Marceau video cruiser's right there to say, hey, Daring, you may want to kill my Yu Yang, but I've got your broadside, and unless you get dark, you're dead.
Oh, he is dead. The Emmys shot at him. A good focus firing from Fire for Effect, living up to their claim name.
And now, that being said, we are seeing, even though it's 120 points lead, the Venezia is reclaiming A for MIBRA.
DTM Cool's... Oh, he's DCP'd. He's 888 hit points. He's going to go down here.
Yep. Oh my gosh, this is such a neck-and-neck game. I really don't know who has this right now. Shiki is getting fired down by the Marceau, and the Marceau is actually charging the Gearing right now, which I think is the right play because you're keeping the islands between you and the Venezia, though Venezia is spotting out again. This will be interesting to see what happens here. They need to get that Shiki down because that's the big threat. Shiki can one-shot the Venezia, either Venezia if he gets a chance. But we'll have to see what happens here with the Gearing of Lamb.
But Video Cruiser's got a Venezia straight to his north. He's going to get spanked showing a broadside.
Oh, and he spotted the Gearing. He's going to take out the Gearing. Is the Gearing going to get Torps, though, to trade in?
No. And can he make smoke? Can Video Cruiser make smoke and torp the Shiki?
He's going to
be a fantastic...
Oh, and the Shiki does get him.
Yeah, but he got both sets of torps off.
And even with the Shiki moving forward, he's moving straight into a Yu Yang drop set, and he's going to be gone.
Yeah, he's gone. That's a good play. Down to 3 boats apiece, but MIBRA have 3 caps.
Now, and you got to expect that they're going to send for Fire for Effect just for kicks is going to move straight into A. So that points lead is probably going to evaporate before A is taken. The interesting thing to watch here is that Moskva. You got to think Glamour Boy wants to kill that Moskva.
Definitely. But MIBRA have no DDs. So Mark Reckless here can literally remove the Montana. The Montana's got all the hit points. But if he pushes too far forward, he could be dead pretty quickly. But both teams are creeping up to 900 points, so there's not a lot of time left to make a play.
And we're going to have to watch this, because here's where the interesting play is. There's also only Moskva radar. We don't know how many radars the Moskva has, but the Venezia is going to take A. And is he spotted? Oh, he is spotted. So that's actually a big issue, because the Venezia need to go dark and take A. He's going to get a nice shot out onto El Mora of MIBRA, but you want the Venezia dark taking A so that the Yu Yang can duck into C where you're not in radar range and win off of points. But if you're going to be spotted and keep firing like the Venezia is, I have to question this firing from the Venezia and not trying to go just straight dark, because you need that cap.
You need the cap, and then you need to contest at Charlie. Glamour Boys has been shooting at the Montana and the Mosca, or Mosca in the Moskva.
Try saying that 5 times fast. So Mark Reckless, pardon me, is going to get into C. Gosh, I'm butchering names too. So he's going to get into C, and the Montana looks like he's going to dodge most of the
No,
torps.
two.
He's gonna eat 2, but I think that's just it. So that's still... Oh, 3? Nope, he does slide the third
2.
one. Yeah.
But they're in trouble here. Yu Yang Mark Reckless is, or Reckless. Montana shots on just for kicks. He could be down.
And
here.
I gotta
He's
question. I'm still questioning what build he's running, because I feel like he should not be able to have been detected there. He must not either have smoke either. But nice dodge there. So we'll see. We'll see. So the points differential is going to go back in the favor in a second of that. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize there's 9 seconds left. This is going to be fire for effect by the slimmest of margins, because they snag those unless these shots kill here.
600 on just for kicks. Will he leave? Oh my god.
We completely, I personally completely missed the timer there. I completely lost track of the timer because of the fact that was just insane.
Is our winner. Talk about a close game. Fire for effect. That was a fantastic game by both teams.
There we go. That was that, and I mean, I completely missed the change there because of the fact, the timer there, because it was such a good game. Holy cow, that's gonna be an early front runner for best game of the tourney.